Sup dudes, it's Snails. So I've been playing a lot of Fallout London recently, as you might have seen on my channel, and I've got to say, it's a pretty good experience. I'm actually really enjoying it, but I see a lot of you are having problems installing the game and getting it to run. So some people are having a lot of crashes, other people are just simply not getting the game to run successfully at all. And this video is going to show you how I got Fallout London up and running for myself. Now keep in mind, this worked for me and it's probably going to work for you, but on the off chance it doesn't and you need some extra help, go to the Fallout London Discord. It's going to be linked down in the description. They'll be able to help you a million times better than I can. Now, before we begin, I just want to say if this video helped you out at all, please make sure that you share it with other people who might need it. And second, subscribe if you're feeling generous and like the video. It'll help other people see the video so that they can get Fallout London up and running for themselves as well. Without further ado, let's get right into it. For starters, you're going to need a few things before you even begin. One, you're going to need a valid copy of Fallout 4 because you will not be able to download depots without it. Another thing you need to make sure of before you even start installing Fallout London is that you have these DLC installed. These are all the DLC from the Season Pass. They are all required for the game to work. You do not need the HD Textures Pack. If you have the HD Textures Pack, uninstall it. Trust me. Second, you're going to need a mod manager. I recommend Vortex, it's the easiest to use. And 3, you're going to have downloaded Fallout London from GOG. So the first step of the process, you're going to need a clean Fallout 4 install. What that means is not affected by any mods, basically right out of the box Fallout 4. Now, if you're like me and you've been playing Fallout 4 for 10 years, you're not going to have a clean install, so what you want to do instead is you want to uninstall the game, then you're going to open File Explorer, and you're going to go to Documents, and then you're going to look for the folder named My Games. Go to My Games, select the Fallout 4 folder, and then delete it. Then you're going to go to your app data folder. If you know where that is, just head there now. But if you don't know where that is, then go to your search bar, type %appdata%, and it'll take you probably to the roaming folder. Just click this app data header up here and go to local instead. Once you're in the app data local folder, scroll down until you find Fallout 4 and then delete this folder as well. Once you've done both those things, go ahead and reinstall Fallout 4. Now, after you're done installing Fallout 4, you're going to want to go to GOG.com and find Fallout London. This is where you can get the mod. However, if you already use GOG like me, you can go to the GOG Galaxy app and you'll find it there as well. Make sure to download Fallout London. I already have it downloaded. I'm just verifying the install. Okay, so once you have everything installed, that means both Fallout London and Fallout 4, you're going to want to go to Fallout 4, run the game once. When you open the launcher and after it detects your video hardware, make sure you hit options. Pick whatever other options you want, but there's one thing I found really helped. I disabled motion blur and I also turned shadow distance down to medium. Once you're done with all that, just hit OK, play the game. And once the game is running, just confirm that everything seems right. And then once you hit the main menu page, hit confirm to quit. Now that you've quit the game, make sure you right-click Fallout 4, go to Properties, and under General, you should see Steam Cloud. Make sure this is checked off. So once you've finished your first time run of Fallout 4, it's time to downgrade your game version because you're going to be on the next-gen update when you download it. There's a couple different ways to do that. One, you could use the Fallout London Downgrader, but I've heard this downgrader takes a while for most people, and it requires you to input your Steam details, which I understand makes some people nervous. So in that case, I recommend doing it manually. Now, doing it manually requires you to download the depots from Steam for the previous gen version, and for instructions on how to do that, watch this video in the corner. But to recap the actual process, once you have the depots downloaded, and remember, if you're playing English, you should only be using this many depots. You do not need more than 7 depots. And if you need the depot codes, they're in the description of the rollback video that I mentioned earlier. Go ahead and have a look for them. But I have them all here, so let's begin. Downgrading is really simple. All you have to do when you open a depot folder is find a file that isn't inside of another folder, drag it over to the Fallout 4 directory. That's the same directory that has the fallout4.exe. Drag it, replace whatever it asks you to replace. Then if your folder has a data folder, open that data folder. Open the Fallout 4 data folder as well, and drag the contents of the data depot folder into the Fallout 4 data folder. replace whatever it asks you to replace, and you're going to repeat this process for every single depot folder. Now remember, when you're replacing the files, anything that shows up after you open the depot folder is going to go directly into the Fallout 4 directory. You should be asked to replace something, and when you are asked, say yes. And if you need a more detailed rundown of what it is exactly that I'm doing, just remember, watch the previous video. Now, once you're finished moving all of the depot files over and replacing everything that needs to be replaced, you have one final step you have to do before you can start installing Fallout London. Hit Data. Once you open that, look for every single file that starts with 2 lowercase c's. You're going to select every single one, and you're going to click Cut. Then you're going to open a new file. It can be anywhere. It can be on your desktop. It doesn't matter. It just has to be a location that's different from the Fallout 4 directory. Let's name this one Cuts. Open your Cuts folder and then paste. And once you've cut everything and pasted it into that folder, just verify that those CC files are gone from your data folder. Looks like they are. We're good to go. That means you've just downgraded your version to 1.10.163, so we can move on to installing Fallout London. Navigate to your Fallout London install folder and look for the install exe. Run that. Click install. Make sure that it's selected the correct directory for your Fallout 4 install. If it has, click install. If not, just look for the directory. And now we wait for it to install itself. Hey guys, quick little editing note. I forgot to mention, after you finish installing it from the London installer and you press play, you might get this error code. Don't worry. This doesn't mean something's gone wrong. Just close out that installer window and then go over to Fallout 4 Script Extender Loader, which should be in your Fallout 4 directory. Run that as administrator and the game should fire up no problem. If you need to find the Fallout 4 directory once again, don't forget you can right-click Fallout 4 on your Steam library and browse local files. And there you go. The game is starting. We have the right music. We have the right font, and there you have it. You should be good to go, and you should be ready to start your time in post-apocalyptic London. However, there are some mods that I do recommend, and we're going to have a look at those mods right now. So I recommend you use all of these mods when you're playing. You should use Vortex for installing these. There's really no reason not to. If you have MO2, you can use MO2 as well if that's what you're used to. I am used to Vortex. I think Vortex is going to be more user-friendly for most people, so I recommend it if you're not familiar with using a mod manager. You're going to want Buffout 4, high FPS physics fix, and long loading times. That's how I've been able to play the game very stable so far with minimal crashes. I've maybe had one every play session so far, and they are not repeatable by any means. And if you want to install these, all you have to do is go to Nexus Mods and search the names. And remember, you're on game version 1.10.163, so that's the version that you want to be downloading things for. Anyways, that's it for me. I'm Snail. If this helped you at all, make sure you like, subscribe, share with a friend who needs it, and catch me on my next Fallout London livestream. I'd love to hear from you if I managed to help you play the game. Until next time, see you later. Peace, dudes.